Don't Die by Father John Misty is tuned a full step down. What that means is that you take these strings and you detune them, you lower them from where they're traditionally at. The 6th string, typically at an E, gets detuned to a D. The 5th string, typically at an A, gets detuned to a G. The 4th string, typically at a D, gets detuned to a C. The 3rd string, typically at a G, gets detuned to an F. The 2nd string, which is typically at a B, gets detuned to an A. And then the 1st string, which is typically at an E, gets detuned down to a D. So we've taken our guitar and lowered it 2 frets worth of tone. So let me get into this intro once you get your guitar in tune. That little lead-in right there is going to be coming out of a G chord into a C chord back into a G chord. And the way that I'm playing it is I put my ring finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, pluck that note, then hit the open 5th string behind it, and then take your 2nd finger and put it down on the 5th string 2nd fret, like where it would be inside of a G chord, and hit that, and then hit the 6th string 3rd fret again. And so you've got it coming together as, but not that choppy, more fluid. After you hit that last G, and I know that we're not in standard tuning, but I'm going to be referring to these notes as though we're in standard tuning. So this ring finger on the 6th string 3rd fret is operating as our G. After you hit that last G, 1, 2, 3, 4, that 4th note, you're then going to go into a C over G feel. The way that you're going to make that C is you're going to leave your ring finger planted where you've last put it on the 6th string 3rd fret. Go ahead and pull your pinky finger back to the 1st string 3rd fret where it typically would be inside of a G chord. And then you want to take your 2nd finger, you want to put it down on the 4th string 2nd fret. You'll have an open 3rd string, and then your 1st finger is going to go down on the 2nd string 1st fret. So this is going to operate something like a C chord. You'll strum across that, and then you'll pick up your 1st and your 2nd fingers and strum it open again for a G. And those are the first several movements of the song. After that, you then go to a D7. The way that you make the D7 is you've got an open 4th string, you've got your 2nd finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, you've got your 1st finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, you've got your ring finger on the 1st string 2nd fret, strummed from the 4th string down. After the D7, you move to an E minor. Standard E minor, you've got an open 6th string, you've got your 2nd finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, ring finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, open everything else. Strum across all of the strings. After the E minor, you then go to a C major. Standard C major chord. I've got my ring finger on the 5th string 3rd fret. I've got my 2nd finger on the 4th string 2nd fret. I've got an open 3rd string. I've got my 1st finger on the 2nd string 1st fret. Open 1st string. Strum from the 5th string down. After the C chord, it goes to an A minor chord. Standard A minor, you've got an open 5th string, you've got your 2nd finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, you've got your ring finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, you've got your 1st finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, and you've got an open 1st string, strummed from the 5th string down. So an A minor. After the A minor, then goes back to the D7. After the D7, we're moving then into the chorus. And it repeats that whole refrain like one more time for another round of verse, but that is the verse progression. So now let's run into the chorus. The way that the chorus is going to work, it looks like Father John Misty puts his 2nd finger on the 6th string 3rd fret and his pinky finger on the 1st string 3rd fret. And that will operate as the G chord. After the first G chord, you then take your ring finger and you put it on the 4th string 3rd fret. This makes kind of like a G7 chord. After this G7 chord, you then, it looks like Father John Misty switches and takes his ring finger, plops it down on the 6th string 3rd fret, and moves his 2nd finger to the 4th string 2nd fret. And put your 1st finger then down also on the 2nd string 1st fret. So we've got something of a C feel. After this chord, you then open up into a G. So what we've done is we've gone G, then we've added an F note to the chord, then we've dropped that F note to an E note in the chord, and then opened back up to a G. Sometimes whenever I play this, I put my ring and my pinky finger in kind of standard G positions, and then I track that walk down with my second finger, putting my second finger then on the 4th string 2nd fret, and then dropping my second finger down to the 4th string 2nd fret, and putting my first finger down on the 2nd string 1st fret behind it. Like. After the G chord, it then does this in the chorus. And this is kind of a quirky chord. You put your first finger and you basically bar it across the 3rd fret. You put your ring finger on the 4th string 5th fret. Your 2nd string will be, or your 3rd string will be open, receiving the bar that you've got with your first finger across the 3rd fret. Then you put your pinky finger down on the 2nd string 3rd fret. And I'm basically strumming from the 5th string to the 2nd string. So this is a version of a C chord. And then after striking it for 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, it then moves with your 2nd finger to the 5th string 4th fret. And keeps all the other fingers in their same place. So you're moving from a version of a C chord to some sort of, I really don't even know what this chord is, but you're moving with your 2nd finger to the 4th string, to the 5th string 4th fret. And then after this, it runs back into the chorus movement again of the G with an F in it, or G7, C over G, G, C over G, G, and then weird C, super weird C. The second time it comes back out of this and goes back into a D7, then E minor, then C major, and then G. In the little part between the first chorus and the first verse, it then goes C major, G, D7, E minor, and then it comes back and kind of vamps on the C thing again. And then raise it with your 2nd finger. And then resolve back into G. And then it does the walk up again. And we're back where we started for the 2nd verse. So those are the chords for Please Don't Die by Father John Misty.